I want to give you all a little quick rundown on one of our products that we have that a lot of people don't understand what it's for. That's this board here. This is the one we call our input-output board. And basically what it does is it allows you to connect to a fuel injection ECU and run all of your inputs and outputs through it. So pretty much all EFI systems, they have inputs. As you can see right here, there's a bunch of inputs there: throttle position, intake, coolant, extra sensor inputs, and then we got outputs over here. These are just general purpose outputs that can be programmed to do different things. Now, generally, most all ECU, actually pretty much every ECU, the outputs are low amp. They're meant to turn on relays. So you basically have to run all those wires out to relays, and then your inputs are just generally in your wiring harness that you just run out in just a big bundle of wires to your different sensors and stuff. So what this board does is it allows you to do it and make it a little bit neater. Like for instance, this is the input side. So this is all of my inputs from my ECU. So basically all of this stuff here, instead of going directly to the sensors, it goes over here to this board, to this plug here. And it does up to 12 inputs on it. So as you can see, you've got these plugs here. And they correspond to the inputs going to the ECU. So it makes it nice because then you can just add sensors as you want. And these plugs, there's 4 pins. It's got a ground, it's got a 12 volt, a 5 volt, and then the signal. And because some sensors use 5 volts and some sensors use 12 volts. And some of your sensors won't even use voltage, like my intake air temperature, my coolant temperature. You know, they're under here, they're just 2 wires. So once you hook up all of your inputs from the ECU, then you can just plug in sensors as you need them. And on the output side, I've got my output wires run to the plug for the output side. And on this side, we have 8 channel output, and these are solid state outputs. And they'll handle 50 amps, no problem. They'll even handle a lot more than that in shorter durations. So I have my outputs from the ECU connected to it, and it'll allow you to turn on any of these channels you want. So if you have a fuel pump, a fan, or something like that your ECU is turning on, you don't have to run these wires out to different relays and, you know, a cobbled up mess all over the place. You can just run them all, or up to 8 of them, to this board, and then you can connect stuff as you need it and program your ECU to turn it on. And that's about the simplified version of this. It's pretty simple. It just lets you clean up things a little bit. So anyway, I just wanted to give a little brief rundown of exactly what this board does and the purpose of it. Hope this helps.